Hey guys, LQ here with the LQ review. Thank you so much for joining me right here at my YouTube channel. Right now, we're going to talk about Godzilla minus one. And I'm sorry, DC movies. I'm sorry to the Marvel movies that came out this year. I'm sorry, Christopher Nolan and The Hunger Games and anybody else who aspired to be the best movie of the year, because you're not. So far, and there's only a few weeks left in the year, but so far, Godzilla minus one is my favorite movie of the year. I think it's the best movie of the year. This movie was phenomenal. So, what I loved about it was the story, the human elements. And you don't hear that a lot when you're talking about a Godzilla movie or a monster movie like the King Kong films. You don't hear that a lot. It's not really about the human characters. The human characters are kind of throwaway characters. But in this movie, the human characters were so good. What makes me love this movie so much was that Godzilla didn't even need to be in it. He didn't even need to be in it. This was a great story. This was a phenomenal story about people. And the antagonist, so to speak, it could have been an invading Chinese army trying to get revenge for what happened in World War II. It could have been a natural disaster like a tsunami or a hurricane. It could have been anything. And the story would have been just as effective because the story about the people was great. And it just happened to be that the antagonist was Godzilla, and Godzilla's never been scarier than he was in this movie. Um, I love the design. I love the way that he moved. I loved his nuclear fire breath that he's done. This is the most effective I've ever seen the nuclear fire breath. Godzilla was scary in this. Just like I said, the design was so good. And I'm hearing that it was a person in a suit. I don't know how they pulled that off because it looked CGI in a good way, like not bad CGI. It looked like this was a very good digital rendering, very good realistic digital rendering, something like you would see in Jurassic Park or Avatar, like that good. But yeah, apparently it was a guy in a suit. Amazing. All right, so this movie takes place in the years after World War II. Japan has been kind of decimated, and it follows the story of a kamikaze pilot who did not fulfill his duty. He kind of chickened out, and he has a lot of guilt over the fact that he chickened out. And not only does he have guilt over that, he has survivor's guilt as well. He has survivor's guilt over the fact that when he was supposed to fly his plane into an enemy ship, he actually landed on a Japanese controlled island, saying that his plane didn't work. And the mechanics there were working on his plane. They kind of figured out that there was nothing really wrong with his plane, and Godzilla attacked, and they all died except for one. So he has a lot of guilt over the fact that those people died when he had an opportunity to get in his plane and shoot Godzilla, and he didn't. He chickened out there too. So this movie has a great arc for him. His arc is a dishonored soldier who's dishonored because of his fear, who goes full circle to where he is going to go and be the one to fight this monster, and he's going to be the one to stop this monster, even if it means his own life. There's a great human dynamic in this story. When he comes back to Japan, like I said, his hometown is decimated. He takes in a woman who's probably about his age. He takes her in and starts caring for her and helping her. And he also takes in a child, an infant, who was orphaned. And seeing these people, this man, this woman, and this baby who are not married, the baby's not theirs, become a family. And the backdrop of this terrible time in history, it was just like I said, it was a good, heartwarming story. And he went out and did some work. He found work as a someone who deactivates mines in the ocean. And the friendships that he made when they were out doing this dangerous work, they felt genuine. They felt real. The banter between them felt natural. This This was just a really good movie, guys. I'm telling you. I mean, if you don't mind going to see foreign films and reading the subtitles, you can't go wrong with this. This is, like I said, my favorite movie of the year so far. Um, the ending was great. The resolution to how they handled the threat of Godzilla was great. Seeing these people all come together as civilians, not as a military, was phenomenal. The, just got nothing but praise for this movie. If there was one thing for me to kind of pick apart about this movie, it might be that it was a slightly too long. There was a couple spots where it maybe dragged a little bit. Not much though. Not much. This was so good, guys. If you are near a theater that is showing Godzilla minus one, I highly recommend checking it out. I don't think you'll regret it at all. So good. All right, guys. What did you think of Godzilla minus one? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Let me know what you thoughts of it. I can't talk today. What did you think of Godzilla minus one? Have you seen it? Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Thanks, guys.